Hey, this is Magic Fly Potato doing some Conan Exiles 101 Beginner's Guide, and we're going to talk about the difference between the Stone Cleaver and the Stone Skinning Knife. Both are unlocked at level 1 when you unlock your mining tools, these tools right here, the Stone Hatchet and the Stone Pick. The difference between them is the Skinning Knife gives you a higher output of hides, and the Stone Cleaver gives you a higher output of meat. This is important to know especially at the beginning of the game, because food and water in this game that is the struggle at the beginning. Is you're constantly hungry. As long as you're by the water, you don't need to be thirsty, because all you do is got to run in and you automatically refill your thirst level, but your hunger level, you can only live off of the grubs and the little things that you pick out, the bugs out of the trees. So what you need to do is, once you get your weapons and you feel comfortable attacking these, go ahead and do so. And pull out, to get the most meat for it, pull out your Stone Cleaver and stand over the top of them and just give them a whack. And I got absolutely nothing out of that. That was a horrible example. And that one was 2 and 2. Another bad example. Alright, so I'm over here and I just killed a couple of these deer type things. So hopefully this will give you a better example of the difference between the meat cleaver and the skinning knife. So I'm going to go ahead and use the meat cleaver on him. And I got, how much? 20 savory flesh from him, and as you can see, I did not get any hide at all. So now I'm going to come over to this guy and use my skinning knife on him. And again, these are the beginners. These are the stones. So you just point at them and you cut them up, and as you can see, I got 10 hide off of him and 2 horns, but no meat. So that's a lot better example of how the skinning knife and the cleaver work. So I'm going to come over to him and use the skinning knife. This guy right here will attack you. So I got I got another 14 off of him for hide and another horn. And I think I did get the hyena. I'm gonna go ahead and use the meat cleaver on him. Okay, so as you can see, for the hyena you get feral flesh, which is, if you click on it, it's a low ingredient. It is consumable, compared to, this is mid-grade, consumable as well, but you need to cook it. And thing to remember is, they do have a expire timer on them, so don't eat the meat raw because it'll make you sick. And it also has, if you don't cook it within the first 30 minutes, it's going to go bad on you. So if you have a campfire, these campfires are heavy, so I mean, they don't take much to build. I wouldn't really carry one around all the time. I would just build it. Let's see what it, yeah, 12 stone, 5 branches. So there's no sense in actually carrying one around. So I would do is, once I got the meat, go ahead and start your fire. You click E and open it. Drop your, I don't think I have wood to cook it. I do not. Let me go over here to the tree. Yeah, I'll just use my pickaxe. And then drop the wood into the fire, or onto the fire like that. And you just click this arrow up there and it will start cooking. And once it's cooked, you see the difference between the uncooked and the cooked. It's called feral flesh, and then it's shredded roast. So once it's there, you could right click it and eat it, or you could just drag and drop it into your inventory. And the difference now is if you click on it, it lasts an hour. So it still does not last long when you cook it, but it lasts 30 more minutes than it would if it was raw. So definitely make sure you cook it right away, or at least before the end of the timer. This way you do have meat to eat. Once you get up to level, I think it's 19, you get the drying rack where you can dry your meat. Go ahead and make that, and your meat will last for 16 hours after you dry it. So again, this is just kind of the basics for the skinning knife and the cleaver, and what the difference between them are. So depending on what you want, if you want meat, use the cleaver. If you're looking for hides and horns and other things, use the skinning knife. And I forgot to mention, there is one other way of getting hide, which is pretty gross. I mean, if you run across a thrall that's dead on the ground, go ahead and look at them, because it doesn't matter who killed them. It's free loot if there is loot, if they didn't take the loot with them. So go ahead and take the loot, and if you need a hide, go ahead and pull out your skinning knife and stand over them. And as you can see, I got 13 hide from that person. Also, a body part, which, like I said, is kind of gross. It's a gross way of doing it, but it's also, if you're looking for hide and you need a lot of it, that is another way of getting it. So just an additional way of getting hide if you need it. Yeah, gross, but it's part of the game. Hope this helped. This helps. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up. If you have questions, go ahead and leave a comment. If you don't like the content, thumbs down. It's okay with me. And if you like and want to see more of the future content, go ahead and subscribe. That would be great. And this is Magic Flame Potato doing some Conan Exiles 101 for beginners. You all have a great day. I am Oot.